Welcome back. Part 2. Let's milled the rest of that out. I'm up to 91 pieces. So I got 50 or 46, I think, out of that other one. I ended up on my bottom cut on those cants. One of my log stops was a ½ inch above the bottom. I ended up hitting my log stop and roaching that band. That band was still cutting great. It cut over 400 board feet. It was still cutting great. It's getting a little bit late, but I want to try and block this one out into a cant at least. And show you what we got going on. So the 4 boards right there on the top. Oh, there's 5 there. Those 5 are no good. They either have too much weight on them, or when I hit the log stop, it rose up and it cut the ends thin on those bottom 2. The ones conversely that it cut thick, I recut them when I was blowing out the cants on that other big log. This one's similar size. It's like 20 on the small end, 23 on the big end, so it's going to can out around 14 inches. Kind of the same shit as the last one as far as working out for 1x6s. It kind of stinks, but I'm going to at least blow this one into a cant. I'll get you a view from the other side. I still got Danny in the truck. Mommy just got home. Get you a view from here. I'm expecting a guy to come out to look at wood, so we'll see if he shows up. I'm running another resharp that I ran in previous videos. It seems to be, I would say it's cutting okay. It's cutting mostly flat if I take my time. If I go too fast, it'll cut a little wavy. I want to at least block this out without putting a new band on. So we're going to try to get into a cant. It's going to be something like 14 inches. And we'll take it from there. Hopefully I'll be able to roll it. We'll see what happens. So I just put water in. I think I've got plenty of fuel because I kind of filled it up the other day. So we'll see what happens. We'll take the top off. Also, I know that I keep saying this, but when I was edging out all of the slab cuts and the flitch cuts, or all the flitch cuts, I ended up with a bunch more stickers. Just so kind of give you an idea of what I do when I edge them out. I kind of go to the dimension that I know I need, and then I come up in inch increments until I'm taking the top off, so I can end up with inch stickers left over. So I'm constantly cutting them. And let's see how this is going to work out. So kind of similar to the other one, I do have this end leveled up. I want to take the top off till I have at least a 6-inch wide flat spot, and then I'll take a flitch cut off it. Until I get somewhere to be around 14 inches wide, and then I'll flip it. Just so, because I know I'm just trying to maximize the log. So they haven't been running a while. So my first cut's going to be somewhere around 20. Somewhere around 22, because it shimmed up 2 inches. And this log, if I can get at least 30 out of it, should get me to 120. I still need 60. So this is just going to be an ongoing job here, never ending. So just based on what I'm seeing, that looks kind of okay. We'll try that, see what happens. I can't go down very far because for some reason the end of this log is kicked over this way a little bit, and I think it's because I have that log stopped too low. I'm gonna have to try to rectify. Hopefully I can just get the top off it first. And again, once again, I filled my water and forgot to put the cap on it. Every single solitary time. Like a monkey that can't figure out what a square peg is. I'm not getting any water yet, so I'm gonna make sure I get water coming through here. Once it starts feeding, it'll kind of vacuum itself down, but I'm still not getting any water. I think I'm getting water now. It didn't look like I was getting water there. So we'll see if the 6 inches wide all the way down. Yep. There's a weird crack in the middle of this log. I'll take a 1 inch off it. And so where am I at? I'm at 22. I got to go to 20 and 7/8. See if I'm still clearing. Still not getting the water. Water's not heating. There it goes. Now it's coming. So first flitch cut that needs to be edged. Believe me, when it's not feeding water, it does not like to cut flat either. This came out pretty flat. It's a weird crack in the middle of it. Jesus. It's cutting a little bit wavy. But it's to be expected when it's not feeding water. So I'm not quite 14 inches wide yet. There's no good way about this. If I take a flitch cut off, I'm wasting a lot because it's, I can get 2 out of this. Yep. I can get 2 1x6s out of this. I'm gonna take one more 1 inch off. I was at 20 and 7/8. I'm gonna go to 19 3/4, I think. If I remember right. I'm gonna back my water off a little bit. It's feeding a little bit too much. So let's try that. And definitely getting hotter to push. a lot of knots in this too. I felt like it felt pretty straight coming out of the log anyway. Let's shut it off and get her flipped over. I'll let you guys watch me struggle with it, see if I can do it. Get this flitch off here. This flitch is wide enough for 2 boards. Actually, it's just wide enough for 2 boards, which is good. It's 12 inches. I don't know why I was thinking 3. If you don't keep them neat, they'll fall over, so kind of got to keep them stacked right. Of course, when you go to edge them, because I'm trying to hit a dimension, it kind of sucks. You almost got to edge them one at a time. You can't batch edge them because they're so asymmetric. So we'll see if we get her flipped over here. I think I've got about maybe 10 inches extra on this log for my 8 feet, so that's good. Let's see. Oh, it just came off the other bunk. There's a big bump in the middle of it, so that's gonna suck. Now I'm gonna have to move it down with the bobcat or something. There's a knot in the middle on the bottom that I cut off, and it pushed it off. Now it's stuck. It's stuck because there's a knot on the bottom trying to push it back this way. What's it stuck on? It should fall. Let's see if I can get it low enough here. Now I think it's probably in a good enough spot to be able to take the top off it. Shit. I'm gonna come in with the machine, see if I can scoot it down. Hopefully you guys can see me. So one good thing about working with smaller logs is they're easy to work. It just takes 9,000 of them to fill this order. Working with bigger logs, they get bigger chunks, but they're a pain in the ass. So hopefully I can just scoot this down. That's good. Oh. Hi, honey.
You go in there every time you get the bobcat?
No. When I loaded the log, he jumped in there and then usually comes back out, but he's resting, so he probably want to go in the house. Huh?
He's gonna come lay down with me.
Nice.
Get so tired and lay down. You okay?
Yeah, tired.
1,000,000 8 foot, 1 by how many?
91 right now, halfway there. 180. Yep. This thing's moving around. All right, let's take some measurements and see where we can take it off. Measure from the bottom. I can't, there's a weird cut on it, figures. So it's about, Jesus Lord. I can't get the tape measures in on there. It's about 18 to the top, should be similar down here. 19 to the top. It's got a couple little dips in it. Let's bring it down, maybe take it off at 17. If I could just get this into a cant, give myself a start either tomorrow or Monday. It's supposed to rain all weekend. The log's pretty clean. Let's try and get it down to 17. Just kind of starting to look at those dimensions that if I could get it to 16, then no, not 16, I need 18, not 16. So let's see what 17 looks like. So it looks like it's pretty much a skim cut, so we'll try it. Got to feed slow on this because we're all these knots, so it's going to go real wavy on you. You can hear the fan binding a little bit, it's already going wavy. See if we're going to clear it here. And then we just have to, there we go. Yeah, it's getting pretty wavy. Well, it wasn't too bad. Pretty wavy in the beginning when it was thin. How's that noise? So I've got 6 inches wide here. I can take 1 more inch off it. See if I can feed slow. So I'm at just less than 17. I got to go just over 16 7/8. So we take 1 more inch off it. Now, I was at 17. Here we go, just over 15 7/8. Starting to lose my mind a little bit here. See if I can feed slow on this one and see if I get a flat cut. Tell when it starts to go crooked because I can hear it rubbing on the guides. 9,000-pound flitch to come off. Let's see, actually, looks like it cut fairly flat on that one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any waves in it. Oh, some wave at the end there. Big time wave at the end. Oh. Yeah, there's a pretty good wave right here. Teeny little wave right here. Little wave right here. So getting to the end of that band's life. I still would like to see if I get it blocked out. And let's see, this is going to be the hard flip here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this by hand or not. I will try. One of the problems here is I got to get the log stops up. I guess I should have brought my peepee. I don't know if I'll be able to move this. Oh yeah, it's moving good. Log stops up. Doesn't even look like it was against the log stops. So I'm probably going to have to flip this on its side, get it somewhat dogged down, and then I'm going to have to shim that end up. There's no way around it. So let's see if I can do it by hand. Get the log dog assist ready to go here. Okay. Oh, log dog assist is doing its job. See if I can get it lower. Do one more big hump. I think I'll have it. Okay. And there goes the log dog assist. Okay. I'll get this log dog assist kind of. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I think I might show you. We'll take some measurements and see how bad the pith is right now. In a sane world, I wouldn't even be trying to center the pith on this log. But if I'm maximizing my Cant's world, I want to. So if I'm 14 to the center there. Oh, shit. And 13 and a half is not even worth touching it. That's good. So we should be able to blow the side off. See how square we are. The next time that I get into this log, I'll be cutting it with just a little out of square. It's got to go that way a little bit, which is good. Next time I cut this log, I'll have a brand new band on. That's probably enough. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's perfectly square if it sits there. It doesn't move. I'll show you guys in a second when I keep saying the log dog assist. I'll show you what it is. If you ever watch any of the Norwood videos, they're using this thing. When they roll a log, it keeps it from rolling backwards. They just like roll it and it stays there and it works perfect. And it doesn't work that way for me, but it is it's an extra hand. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's that thing right there. And typically what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to rest against the log, and as you roll it, it digs in so the log can't roll back. But what it does for me is as soon as I roll the log, it falls every time. So let's try to get this blocked out. least I get something good in this video. You're not going to see the end of it, so. Then I got to put the mill away because it's going to rain tomorrow. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to cut into clean wood. It's like 18.5 here. Let's see what it looks like here. It's 18.5 here. So it's 18.5 to the clean wood. There looks like there could be a board in that. How wide am I? I forget. I'm 16 wide. So and my flat spot is just about 16 right now on this side. It's gonna cant. This might cant out over 14. This might cant out closer to 16. Should by the numbers cant out at 14. But just looking down at if I start at the clean wood, I think I'm just skimming the top. I don't know if I'm wasting a board if I do that or not. Let's just get close and see. Get our blade support in a little bit. So I mean, clean wood there. It looks like there's a board above that. I'm gonna go up 1 inch. So I'm like 18.25 there. Go up to like 19 3/8. So if that cuts clean right there, I'm definitely getting a board out of the next one now. So let's try that. Yeah, I think that was a good cut. I don't think I could have got another one out of it. It's pretty thin, a foot in. So I'm at 19 3/8. We'll come down to 18.25, and we'll take a flitch cut off it. And it'll get us another one, maybe almost, well, at least one, almost two. 18.25. Take a flitch cut off. Keep this nice and slow because Dan wants to go crazy on me right now. It's getting hard to push. Now we're kind of at the point where we can make a decision here. To get some weight out of this log. If I can get clearance on my stops, and if I got a good dimension up and side to side here to cut inch boards, I could take a 6-inch cant out of this right now. There's going to be at least one, I think maybe even two boards in this one. I'd have to measure it, but it's close. It's pretty close to 12 inches down there. So if I blew 6 inches off this, how does this work out? We got it was 16 1/8. So I get 14 13/8. 5/8 is 15 5/8, so it does work out pretty good. If I took a 6-inch cant off this, went down and dropped down and took 6 inches off this right now and threw it off onto the bobcat, this does work out good on 1-inch scale to mill that out. And it would get some weight out of the log. And how that's going to affect me down the road here, so if I take 6 inches out, I'm going to end up with about 6 and 3 there, 6 and 3 there, and then 2 and 2. It's not that bad. I think if I drop down and take 6 inches out of this right now, what's that going to do with the pith? So it's going to cut the pith right in half. And how are my stops for that? Let's see what that's going to look like. So right now I'm 18 and a half high here, 18 and a half high here, so that's going to get me at 12. I need 12 for clearance. What are my stops at? I'm at 10 and 3/4, 10 and 3/4. So I think I'm going to drop down and take a 6-inch cant out of this right now, and we'll throw it on the bobcat forks. Then I'll flip it over. That'll get some weight out of it. And I'm not costing myself anything because it's even 1-inch boards across this thing right now. The only thing that I could do, just because, well, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm just going to drop down 6 inches. See where I'm at, around 18 and a half. Uh, 18 and 3/8. That goes right up on the log right there, 18 and 3/8. So I want to go down to 12 and a quarter. So I'm accounting for the kerf. And we'll make a mark and we'll see if it's 6 inches wide, and we'll take a nice slow high water pass off this thing. So if that's, check that, make sure that's 6 inches. Perfect. Take a nice slow even pass off, get a bunch of weight out of this log. And I'm up 12 and a quarter, so I know I'm not going to hit my stop. But it's used nice and even, keep the fan sound is perfect. I'm going to get 14 1/5s out of this. So that's going to be 28 if I take 2 of them. Plus the 28 if I 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be 28 of them for 2. It's 28 for 2. Whatever I get out of the other side, and then all those, so it's going to be over 30. It's going to give me over 120. I'll have 60 left to cut, and then I'll have to make a big decision whether I cut a monster or I keep cutting little ones, or if I start cutting little ones. I'm gonna pull a bobcat up, pull this thing off onto the forks. Since you're not gonna get to see the whole log get cut out, you might as well watch me do this stuff. Hope you guys can see I tore up my carriage on my forks, taking some white oak, trying to flick a white oak log off. I don't know what's up with this guy. I thought this guy was coming at 5, so wow, look at that. Look at how much that thing moves. Huh. I think there's some tension in this log. It kind of looks like it's, feels like it's teetering. I am gonna put this, I might keep it right on the forks, I guess, because I'm not gonna be using this thing again. This log, keep it right on the forks. I don't realize how much I was grabbing onto that, getting in and out of this thing. Just so you guys know, my bobcat locks me out when I get out. Try to keep that thing out of the dirt. So that's even, pretty much even, one bites right down through it. Now, the other thing that we could do is let's get the other side flat, and then we could mill down, not really sure. It's one thing I have a hard time planning, conceptualizing sometimes how to mill out the rest of it. That one cut right there was perfectly flat. That came out great. It did not like being out in the edge of the wood where it was wet and knotty and everything. When it went through the middle like that, it cut really flat, really smooth too. That's kind of interesting. Have a hard time conceptualizing. If I take flitches down to 6 inches, see, that's probably the thing to do, is just take cuts down till I get to 6 inches from the other side, and then flip it on its side and mill the whole thing off. That's probably what I'm going to do. It probably makes the most sense. Yeah, I think it does. I think that's the way to go, because I'm pretty narrow right here. So I think once I get the top flat, if I just keep coming down to 6, I can flip it back up like this and just mill the whole thing off. Probably put them both on. You guys get to see what happens. Make sure that goes all the way down. I'm not going to mill this all the way down, so I don't want to go all the way down. I want to keep it up just enough. Don't want to be up higher than 6. So I can roll it. So I think that's good. So I'm going to clean up the top and then just take flitch cuts until I get to 6 inches. I'll go down to 6. What I'll do is I'll come down to 6. I'll make a mark and then come up in 1 inch increments till I get close to the top. and then see where I can and can't get a board. It would help if I dug it down. As long as I dug it down below 6, we're all good. Then when I hit 6, I'll flip it on its side. We can mill the whole thing out, and if they will be the same width, so I can throw that one back up on there, put them both side by side, mill them out together. So, come down to 6. And then we'll just have to edge off everything above that. That's 6 there. There's nothing width-wise above that, so go to 7 and 8. Eight and a quarter. Still boards in that. 9 and 3/8. Still a ton of boards in that. 10 and a half. That's looking like the top cut right there. We'll make that top cut, then we'll drop down, take those switches off. That's not 6 inches wide, so we're not hurting ourselves the other way. I could probably come out here in the rain and clean up all that shit over there, or in the shitty weather. So that's 10 and a half. I'm going to come down at 9 and 3/8, my next cut. A little bit wavy. I got to feed nice and even here. It's 9 and 3/8. I got to come down to 8 and a quarter. 1, 2. Quarter, come down to 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Broke something. I think it broke the band. Something broke. I don't know if the band broke or it threw the band or what happened there. Something broke. Looks like it broke the band. No, it threw the band. The band's not broken. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our exercise. What the fuck happened there? I'll let that idler wheel calm down before I take this side off. That's weird. Get some of the sawdust off it. Well, let's see what happened. Whoa, I blew my belt. My belt came off my drive wheel. Lucky I got another one. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why that happened. Huh. No idea, but one thing's for sure, this band's roached. This concludes our exercise. I know you're looking at my back. I'll show you what happened in a second. So this band didn't blow up. It's just I threw the belt off. Some grease on it. I don't see anything that's jumping out at me for why it would throw it off. It's pretty worn. I had good tension. It's so I think this band's definitely at the end of what we're gonna do with it, that's for sure. Band's not roached or anything. It does have some grease on it. Huh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the immortal words of Harry Stamper, this is what happens when you mill. It's the first time that's happened to me. You guys a better view here. Start putting shit away. So you can see I got on the on that band right there. You see I put stop strike on that band. That's so I know when I sharpen it what happened. And only nicked it on the bottom, so this band's not totaled. This one's still, I mean, it still looks great. Still looks sharp. Was starting to cut funny. I got a new belt in my pack, so I'm going to put the new belt on. I don't know why that happened. One thing that has been happening that I'm not really sure what's going on with is when it engages, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the video if you watch it back, but when I hit the throttle and it engages, it makes a big thump. And like almost like the clutch is kind of sticking. It makes a big boom. There's a chance that there was a big chunk, there's a chunk of shit right there. something in the wheel that made it come off. Let's see. There's some shit right there, but nothing crazy. It's a chunk of shit right there. Also, my cable on that side, my up and down cable, starting to fray on the back side, so I am going to have to order one of those. My idler pulley feels fine. My tension pulley. That doesn't. There's no play in it. There's no play in the clutch. So I'm going to blow all this out. Get ready to put this away. I'll probably take the Bobcat and just stick that cant on some bunks really quick. You see, cant sitting down here, 6 inches wide. It did a reasonable job. It's cutting pretty flat. No big dives or waves in it. Same thing with this. No big dives or waves in it. Yeah, so I'll leave these off until I clean this all out, blow it all out, and I'll get some brake clean. I want to spray out my clutch. I have been spraying it out, and it has been seeming like the thumping goes away when I clean it out. And then I'll have to clean out the guides. And like I've said in the past, the most expensive thing about running the mill for me is brake clean. Hope there's nothing going wrong with that clutch. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of bad shit pouring out of there. Yeah, so I did have to, a couple of bands ago, I did have to make some tracking adjustments. So is there a chance that my tracking was off that caused that? Is it chance? Well, no, it didn't cause the belt to come off. The belt came off. So I will put the new belt on. We'll get it adjusted. You can see, I will show you this on this belt. This belt there's definitely wear on it. You can see the wear on it, and it was getting kind of flat. This belt wasn't overly dirty. I don't see, there's definitely some wear on the side here. Yeah, you can see some of the stuff showing through it there. I'll probably end up keeping this as an emergency backup. There's a whole bunch of grease on it. You see the grease on it? From when I grease my wheels. Could that have caused it? I don't know, but it certainly was banging in to gear when you hit it. So I think that's it, boys and girls. I'll probably put that one away. I got 1 year on this belt. I'm just about at my, well, a little over my year anniversary. There is quite a bit of wear on it. I didn't know it would cause it to come off, though. Doesn't look like there's anything in the V that, other than the grease, that would cause this thing to throw off. I don't know what's up with that. It did throw it off right after that big thunk. You know, when I engage it, it goes boom. It kind of bangs in. So I'll have to give that a good look. If it ain't one thing, it's another. I only needed one more cut, and How far did I get in? Oh, I didn't. It threw it off before I started the cut. That's good. Right? Yeah. Yep. Threw it off before I started the cut. So I had 2 more cuts, and then I could have thrown this cant up on there and thrown them both on this side, and they'd have been all ready to go. But I'll still need to make 2 more cuts on this thing. But it's getting late. I got to put everything to bed and clean everything up and put the cover on it. And you see where it's fraying up here, I think, if I don't fall down. No, you can't really see it right now. I don't know, maybe I can't see good what you guys are looking at, but in where my finger is here, you can see the starting to fray right there, way down low. So I'm going to order another one of these cables. That's just going to snap at some point. I mean, this side looks good. There's no fraying on these. It's just, but I can see fraying. Yeah, if you see right where my finger is right there. I can't really see through my viewfinder real good with my polarized glasses, but you see some frays there. The other side doesn't look like it has any frays. The other side looks good. And yeah, there's nothing in here that would have caused what happened. I'll get that band wheel cleaned out good. Make sure there's nothing in there that was making a big bump or anything like that. And I think while I'm at it, since I have 2 new belts, maybe I'll just pull this one off and change this one too. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave that one. I'm sure it wasn't that caused it. Definitely is the wear on that belt. The belt definitely is flat on the top. It definitely does not have, there's no crown to it at all. See it. It's definitely worn. I think it might have just worn the crown out of it. Maybe that's what caused it. But you can see how flat it is. If anything, it's actually concave. If anything, it's just feeling it with my thumb. It almost feels lower in the middle than on the outside. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's lower in the middle than on the edges. So, yeah, that's going to conclude this exercise. And I will get everything put away and cleaned up and ready to go another day here. So, at least I'll be working in nice clean wood when I come back. Get it all put back together. I'll put it back together tomorrow morning. Get everything fixed, check all the adjustments and everything, and make sure everything's right where it should be, and we'll go from there. So you guys got to, bonus coverage. You got to see the first thing that's failed on the mill. That's the first thing that's failed. The second thing that's going to fail is going to be that cable, but that's the first thing in a year that's failed. So have a great night. Hit me up with any questions, and if I don't hear from you, hope you guys have a great weekend. Part Solutions out.